trio from Croatia and France, respectively, also here tonight. Well, Lithuania, they're going to have to go up against this starting five for Italy tonight. Nico Mannion, Stefano Tonu, Amedeo Tessitori, Gabriele Procida, and Francesco Ferrari, the under-20 European Championship MVP earlier this summer. And Della Valle, Baldasso, Swigo, David Casarin, Sacha Grant, Vincini, and Petruccelli all coming off the bench for Coach Banchi. Ignas Sargunas. What a night he had. I mean, it was a career type of night against Great Britain. Maybe never to be repeated, but maybe it will be. Who knows? Marek Blažević, Gitas Radzavic is the captain, Gitas Masulis, Christopoulos Zemaitis, and Martinas Pailukanis coming off, starting rather. Belitska, Gudaitis, Belauskas, Danisavicius, Sargunas, and Radzavic all coming off the bench. So Coach Rimas Kurtinaitis, who played for the other dream team back at the 1992 Olympics, that being Lithuania, is going through his final preparations and keeping the fans having to wait to see Sargunas because he's coming off the bench tonight. And Luigi Zatome, who used to play for Italy, now a part of the setup with the Italy national team, and also the Italy legend Linus Kleza. It's great to see him now sitting on the bench as well for this Lithuanian national team. Kind of a reminder of what these guys can aspire to be. You remember how he played in 2010 at the FIBA Basketball World Cup in Istanbul when he made the All-Star 5 and had so many great moments in the Lithuania jersey.
Prepara la ricezione, ok? E poi vai a bloccare Nico. Nico usa questo stagger per Lando. 6 secondi.
A tribute to Achille Polonara, who's battling cancer. The Italy international, everybody is pulling for Achille, one of the good guys, one of the most popular guys, without a doubt, in Italy, loved by his teammates, coaching staff, and fans. So final moments here before we tip things off. And there's Banchi. Didn't get off to the start that he wanted the other night. You know, it's not easy winning in international basketball, and he knows that better than anybody because he's beaten teams that he wasn't supposed to beat. But also, you know, he's lost some tough games. So I can promise you that Italy will be ready, but will that be enough against a Lithuanian team that's suddenly flying high because of Sargunas' heroics? Good evening, everybody, from Klaipėda, Lithuania. This is the World Cup qualifying, European qualifying battle for the FIBA Basketball World Cup between Lithuania and Italy. Lithuania winning the opening tip. Here's Radzavic missing, and Nico Mannion flying over, trying to get the basketball. But it'll stay at this end. Here's a drive, and the bucket is good, finally. So Žemaitis, the first bucket of the game for Lithuania. Ferrari picks it up, passes back out, no, intercepted. Good job, Palikanis. Žemaitis again looks, and a reverse layup, and Palikanis misses. Now Stefano Tonut, and he's fouled out on the perimeter. Last time these teams met was in Puerto Rico at the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament. That was won pretty convincingly by the Lithuanians. Procida now with Real Madrid. Here he is driving, stopping, and missing right at the elbow. Žemaitis bounce pass, laying it up and scoring. Blažević. And falling down. Who's going to get it? Tessitore. Tonu ended up having it stolen. And the foul. And you can see Luka Vonki not enamored as he looks over to his coach, his assistant coach. Yeah, he was locked in there with Didas Masulis. Žemaitis from deep. He's got it. 7 unanswered points. Žemaitis. And look at Palikanis hustling and knocking the basketball out of bounds. And this just goes to show you how locked in this Lithuania team is. Italy have had some slow starts. Remember, they had that awful slow start against Slovenia at the Eurobasket. Really cost them. They had to play catch-up the rest of the game. It's no fun playing catch-up. And whenever you play Lithuania, you have got to be ready to go from the start. So Palikanis is going to come out. And Laurenas Belauskas comes into the game, so the fans still have to wait to see Ignas Sardunas. It's going to be interesting to see what type of applause he hears when he enters the game. Procida catches it, which was no mean feat, surrounded by 2 Lithuanians. Stefano Tonut puts it up from the top of the key, banks it in. Well, not sure if he meant to do that, but he'll take it. Italy will take it. Blažević hands it off. And Belauskas missing from deep. Savicius, I think, with the push-off. And Tonut, one of the veterans in this team, from a basketball family. His father played. This was him. Did he say bank there? I think he did. It's great to see Luka Vonki calling Francesco Ferrari into the national team in this window, and not only calling him in, but starting him. Starting to build for the future. Nico Mannion. Tessitore dribbles, loses it, and Blažević saves it in bounds. Blažević short. Now a chance to go quickly for Mannion. Oh, what was He anticipated the foul, Nico Mannion, so he tried to put him for the shot. Look at this. Shamaitis gets blocked. Prochida. Terrific defense. Prochida flying in, showing the tremendous athleticism. And here he is. Tries to catch it, and he falls out of bounds. And oh my goodness, look at that. Look at this. Whack. A mixture of speed and explosive leaper that is Gabriele Prochida. I can understand why Real Madrid were more than happy to lure him to their team. There he is, getting picked. Blažević loses it. Tessitore, a real veteran, seasoned campaigner, who is coming over. Three-point shot. Does not fall for Gitas Bratsavicius. There's Tonut. Explodes, stops, gets it up. So crafty. Been a part of this national team program for a very long time. Played in that great team that won the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament to make it to Tokyo. They won in Serbia. And Blažević with the moving screen. Arturas Gudaitis comes into the game. And here's Kurtinaitis having words with his young center. Coaching him up. I like that. He's having a great season, Blažević. Basketball Champions League, but he's not the finished article. It's great to be able to play for an experienced hand. There's another foul. So things have calmed down a little bit now for Italy. Gudaitis has been well traveled. Spent some time playing in Japan. Now he's back in Europe. Now coming into the game for Italy is number 50, Luca Vincini. Here's Mannion. Another member of that team that was coached by Mayo Sacchetti in Belgrade and won that FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament to make it to Tokyo. He was outstanding and makes both free throws. Felt like he kind of got lost in the shuffle the last few years since Sacchetti left. But now with Pizzeco no longer the head coach and Luca Bonchi definitely happy to have Mannion in the fold. Here is Bratsavicius. Yes! Mannion. Nice shot for Nico Mannion. Chance of Lietuva ringing throughout this Klaipėda venue. The Švyturio Arena. Cini picks up his first foul. Feliski gets it over to Bratsavicius. Bratsavicius spins, turns. They battle for the basketball, and Ferrari comes down with it. Tonut drives in. Well, he's kind of become the de facto go-to man for this current version of Italy. Mikko Mannion now has 2 fouls, so he's going to go out of the game. Still a young man, Mikko Mannion, just 24 years of age. Fans get a little bit antsy. I certainly am. I want to see Sargunas. Here's Arnas Velička. It's a down low to Gudaitis. Oh, it gets blocked from Ferrari. Well, they are going to challenge it. So I suppose that was the indication from the court from Davide Casarin. It's like, this should be our ball. Let's have a look. So you get the block. And they're chasing it. I'd say it's 100% clear from that angle. From that angle, it does look like Gudaitis. Unfortunately, we don't have the referees mic'd up. You can hear what they're thinking. Although it does add a little bit of drama. We have to wait for them to come over. That looks like they definitely have gone off of Gudaitis. But we'll see what they have to say. They're the ones that matter. Well, a lot of times coaches will try to keep that challenge in their back pocket for as long as possible. But I guess when it's always a close game, especially in a place like this, there's no harm using it right now when every possession is so important and momentum. And Shannon brings it up the floor. Now he's looking for space. Ferrari gets the bounce pass. No, Casarin gets it, and his shot is blocked, but a foul is called. That was an interesting and a well-run play. The only thing I have to say about it is Ferrari had the ball, and it looked like he had almost an open layup. This goes out. Casarin, this is the first. Plays it Banoli Cremona. He's young. He's 22 years of age. Velička behind the stripe and just continues to contribute. Arnas Velička. Deceptive. Going for the foul. He doesn't get it. Ferrari gets it, however, and sticks with it. Italy get another chance. That was Amedeo Della Valle that missed that three. Now Radzavic, yes! Wide open. Luka Bonka calls timeout. Carson trying to drive. Ball knocked out of his hands. Italy called timeout.
Troppo lenti a trovare accoppiamento, ok? Sui passaggi dietro, se sei aperto prenditi un tiro, cazzo, ok? Attenzione al press, ok? Mettiamo Ame sulla rimessa, France il blocco per Davide, singolo, ok? E France qua. Tonno, parti centrale, se c'è pressione fatti vedere, ok? Qui giochiamo pugno basso con Tonno che usa lo stagger, ok? Va in endo con Davide, Ame che entra nello smile. Ok, dai! 1, 2, 3!
Stefano Tonu, he's 2 of 2 inside the arc. He's also hit a 3, banked one in, and look who's in, Ignas Sargunas. Of course, he does his damage late in the game, and here is the turnover. Castellan, who played for Italy's youth teams, under 18 European Championship, under 16, both in 2019, and under 20 European Championship in 2021, 22, 23. Then he's graduated to the senior team in 2023. And here he is getting the steal and the layup. How's that? And there is Antanas Sareka, one of the legendary figures of Lithuanian, purely by the fact that he was the coach of that team that won the Eurobasket in Sweden. Sargunas for 3, got it! And that just ignites the crowd immediately upon entry of the game. Here he is again. He gets it up to Velichka. It's like lighting the touch paper, and then Velichka misses the layup. Kasserin over to Tonu, a 4-point swing. Well done, Italy, responding, retaliating, counterattacking. Here's Sargunas again, and off this time. But Gudaitis here's Amedeo Della Valle, such an important part of that Italy team back in the very initial qualifiers. Cassidy drives in, and no foul called, loses it out of bounds. Sargunas is just utterly incredible how one game, in fact, we'll say one quarter, has changed his life. I'm pretty sure there just must be all kinds of free requests and everything for him. Žemaitis back in the game. Steps from Stavicius. Here's Blažević, and it doesn't go, but Continue not able to get the rebound. There's the drive, and the bucket is good for Sargunas. Another volley. Changes directions, gets it to the corner. Casarin puts it up off the back of the iron. Three-point shot. And it does not go for Žemaitis. (19-16), Lithuania on top of Italy at the end of one. So the 2 more three-pointers for Lithuania and the free throws for Italy, the big differences. So looking back at the first quarter, Žemaitis scoring, and then this is a big shot for Tonu in Italy. It got them on the board. And then a terrific block from Procida. Tonu scoring with the drive. And Savage just more and more looking like the captain, playing like the captain, hitting the big shots, but not like this guy, of course. Sargunas just takes your breath away, doesn't he? Off the glass. Scanning the QR code to get courtside 1891, so you can watch live video streams, extended highlights, and stay up to date with everything going on in international basketball. And of course, you see a lot of that guy, Sargunas, who, by the way, had made kind of a similar game-winning shot when he was playing at the Under-20 European Championship against Greece 6 years earlier. So maybe we should have known that that was coming. Second quarter underway in Klaipėda. It's Lithuania leading 19-16. Italy with Della Valle, Tessitore, Procida, Casarin, and Petruccelli on the court. That's John Petruccelli. Tessitore back in. Ooh, tough. What a play. Petruccelli coming in. First of all, it was a great grab. He read the situation perfectly. Pass had been deflected. He was able to get it and score. Blažević, Radzavicius, Žemaitis, Sargunas, and Radzavicius on the court for Lithuania. Whew, getting physical in there. That was a great play by Petruccelli. Here's a drive and nice finish from Mantas Radzavicius. Offensive foul. Moving screen, Tessitore. Žemaitis with Lithuania, a chance to extend the lead here. This game looks like it has all the hallmarks of being another close one. Ooh. Inside, and Blažević goes in, sticks with it. Procietta can't get it from Sargunas. Procietta guarding Sargunas. Sargunas, trying to make the pass to Blažević. He had no idea it was coming. Ball goes out. Oh, they're going to challenge this. Oh, wow. Well, we already had one out of bounds challenge, and it was successful for Italy. Let's see if this works as well for Lithuania. And meanwhile, as you should, coach is also going to use this as a timeout to draw up a play for his team. Yeah, it looks like it could be out of bounds off of Della Valle. Close, but definitely fairly certain this is going to be overturned. Yeah, that's off Della Valle. So Lithuania get possession back. Sargunas brings it up the floor. Guarded by Petruccelli. Petruccelli trying to stick with him. Stavicius. Gets it to Blažević. Good play. There's Baki wanting to travel but doesn't get it. I didn't see the travel. Procietta. Terrific rebound by Tessitore, but then he stepped out of bounds. Thought they were going to say he pushed off, but stepped out of bounds. It's a 5-point lead right now for team in green. Oh no, he did not step out of bounds. But to be honest, that call probably better for him than getting a foul, because I think they may have called it a foul. At least it didn't look like he stepped out of bounds to me. Sargunas. Bounce pass. Blažević. Oh, Procietta almost had it. And then he commits the foul. As they try to force some turnovers from Stavicius. Attacking Della Valle, gets it up, misses. Good pressure, good strong rebound by Casarin. Crosses midcourt, goes behind his back and fouled by Žemaitis. And the more you watch Casarin, the more you appreciate how he's very direct, strong, and has the low dribble, just is kind of in attack mode, and really kind of putting the pressure on the defender. Again, he plays for Cremona in Italy. Here's Procietta for three, got it. I mean, this guy is the potential superstar in this group. There's no question about Procietta. Midas drives in, foul called. Will go to the line. But you don't know, liking the call, but rarely do the players like the call. Three-point shot, that's good. Stavicius. Procida falls, loses it. Balitska, bounce pass. Good reach by Casarin, and it's going to be Italy basketball. He's tough, he's feisty. What's interesting about Casarin, he's kind of big and strong for a point guard. You can see it. Gives you a different look. Here he is. Ooh. Ball went off his hands that time. Nico Mannion has the 2 fouls. Bonke sticking. Oh, another great play by Italy. Reaching in and knock it away. Good job, Petruccelli. And here comes Mannion. He does have the 2 fouls. So timeout called by Lithuania. We'll go down to the bench and try to hear from Coach Kurtinaitis.
Flash dauninam, tik tai reikia greičio į dešinę pusę. Greičio čia palauk, kad ant greičio čia pusmės. Gal pralamuši, būk agresyvus, gal pas. Važiuok.
Turi problemų su Kaustu, dabar 2 kartus.
Susikėlė,
nepasikeičia.
Nesur.
Viena bauda yra, viena bauda.
Well, it's turned out to be every bit as exciting as we thought it was going to be. This game between these 2 great European basketball nations, Lithuania and Italy. Both of them, of course, have won European titles. For Stavicius, those are his numbers. Italy last won it in 1999, the Eurobasket. So that was 4 years before Lithuania. And of course, they've also had their moments on the bigger stages of the Olympics and the World Cups, though Italy perhaps not as much as Lithuania in recent times. Italy was poised to have a nice World Cup, really, in Manila. Here's Mannion, nice pass, and traveling is the call. Italy, remember, they were first in their group, and they got the first seed heading into the knockout round, and they lost to, or in fact, they ended up playing the USA, and that was because Serbia, or that was because Lithuania had upset the USA and leapfrogged them into first. So they didn't do them any favors that day, Lithuania. Of course, they didn't do themselves any favors either, because they lost to Serbia. Nice play. Blažević. That was back in 2023. Amadeo Della Valle. A catch by Swigo. He's a big fella. Mannion. Balitska, 7-point lead for Lithuania. Dangerous moments here for the Italians. Casarin now out of the game. Ratsavicius from a long way out. And the 10-point advantage for Lithuania. And for the first time, they are now in pole position. Luca Bacchi's going to be talking to his team, so we'll try to listen in.
Sempre la palla, devi proteggere il ferro, ok? E forte sui rimbalzi, provoca I contatti, tienilo lontano. Attenzione al pressing, ok? Adesso giochiamo la rimessa con John e facciamo occhio, ok? E abbiamo Tonno e Nico su questa situazione. Stai in visione della palla. Ciccio, sei lontano, ok? Qua in attacco giochiamo pugno. Sulla ricezione andiamo dribbling con Nico, ok? Dai. Tieni basso il blocco, no blocchi in movimento, ok? Dai, raga, dai!
Pressure moments for Italy, down 10. Boy, they get it in just in the nick of time. Luigi Swigo, the 18-year-old center in the game for Italy as well. Really highly touted. Probably a lot of development to do for him still, but promising that he's here. Look at that. Very big. Whistle blows and the foul. Yeah, Swigo, as Bacchi argues, Swigo is 7 feet 1 inch tall. That's 2.16 meters in height. There he is, number 26. With BC Mega Basket in Belgrade. And also, such a huge prospect. Has been with, been at the Basketball Outboarders Global. Oh, look at that. He looked very excited to be captured on candid camera. That was not the kiss camera. But let's go. Bounce pass. 47 remaining in the first half. And Savage just misses with the drive. And Petrocelli gets fouled by Palucanis. Palucanis felt just a little bit of contact and went down. Sargunis back in the game. Malauskas goes out. Well, Petrocelli's been pretty good tonight. He's made a play on defense, had a good play on good drive, and here he is at the free throw line. They've shaved 4 points off that 10-point deficit. Can they continue to get a stop? Blažević misses. Good pass up to Tonu from Mannion. Tonu got a step, passes back. Oh, Swigo puts it up from deep. Are you kidding me? The big fella, he can shoot it as well. If you're good enough, you're old enough. And the 18-year-old knocking down the three. Look at that soft touch. Makes the taste buds salivate about the prospects of Italy's new giant.
Užflešapinam su ispanišku, užflešapinam ispanišku, dideliam paduodam Artūrai, tas būkit arčiau, kad galėtumėt hendofą ir iškart sustoja, čia paduodė Artūrai ir jau nestatai, iškart darai, iš šitą mums reikia lygi čia, kad davaryti, važiuok.
Well, they're up 10, but Italy have come storming back, and who would have thought that teenage sensation Luigi Swigo would knock down a three and didn't hesitate as well. He just like, oh, I'm open. I'm going to take this. So he's still in the game, and I tell you that, yeah, he makes Gudaitis look small out there. That's how big Swigo is. Sargunas bounce pass. Oh, Swigo gets the block, but a foul has been called. And I guess it's on Swigo. Gudaitis going to the free throw line. Yeah, with the body. You know, basketball's like religion in Lithuania, but you know, the program, the national team program, hasn't had quite the same buzz around it, or maybe the team itself. They're trying to recapture some of the magic, and with the great win over Great Britain the other night in London, kind of makes you feel like maybe some of that magic is coming back, but maybe that was just a flash in the pan. Mannion, because those older generations just set the bar so high for Lithuania. It's incredible. Here is Mannion laying it up and in. And you also have to accept that the competition has gotten a lot stronger everywhere. There's so many good teams in Europe now. But let's get that's off. And there's Red Savage's the rebound, but then Gudaitis goes up with the offensive rebound and put back. And he gets away with that one. Swigo's going to try to post up. He wants it. Tonu turns. Good job, Petrutelli. He gets it up right in the nick of time, but misses. Now Sargunas, open floor, drives in, and he's fouled. Just so quick. Petrutelli whistled for the foul. Sargunas the other night only attempted one free throw. Here he is at the stripe. Here's a chance of MVP now when he steps up to the line. 1.94 meters in height. That's 6 feet 4 inches. And he makes the second. He did shoot his free throw as well at the Eurobasket, 81%, 13 of 16. 81.3%. Petrucelli catches and quickly gets to the basket. Really nice job by Petrucelli tonight. And I think they've just called a technical foul on Luka Banki. I mean, it just depends, really. He's got his hand on his waist. He's not really hitting him. Ferrari's coming into the game. Swigo's going to sit down. Just hope that he gets a lot of opportunities to play with Italy in these qualifiers. He's going to be an exciting one to watch. And Rosavicius does make the free throw. Blažević comes back into the game. Italy lost their first game at home to Iceland. Elvar Fredriksson and co. Tryggvi Helenissen did him in. Trying to get back on track here, but it's in Lithuania. Easier said than done. Blažević with the rebound. But by losing at home early against Iceland, it almost puts that pressure on Italy that they have to win. Blažević with the rebound. Swigo's going to come back into the game. So Blažević steps up to the stripe. Tomas Pačecas, the assistant coach of Lithuania, going over things. Plays against the best seat in the house, as always. Swigo asking for the ball. Mannion does not test Sargunas. He passes out. And Tonud steps in and banks it in. Mannion is such a fiery competitor, and he's got the layup. Seems like he could have just attempted the layup, but he passed it over for the longer two. Obviously, when he passed it, he was trying to get the three right there. Well, maybe it wasn't as easy a layup as I was thinking. Mannion takes a seat. 25.6 seconds left. Kasarin comes back into the game. Velitska also goes out. Three-point shot. Swigo with the rebound. They got to go. Got plenty of time, in fact. Kasarin takes it deep. Out to Petrucelli for three. Swigo goes and gets it. But that released right at the end. Well, we got a good basketball game, folks. 39-34, Lithuania on top at halftime. Two more threes for Lithuania. That's pretty much it. The difference. Italy out rebounding Lithuania.
Dėmesio žiūrovai,
Tonut has 11 points to lead all scorers for Italy. Well, this is Petrocelli in the second quarter. With Stavicius. Blažević. Velička missing, but Blažević with the follow. Got Stavicius, the captain. Ditas Stavicius knocking down the three. And Gudaitis with the putback jam. Great work by Petrocelli. Stefano Tonut. Lithuania lead by 5 at halftime.
Croatia reset their offense. Zonia behind his head and finds Ruzic under the rim.
The Israelis have numbers. Well, here we go, Sorkin. Oh my goodness, Lila Tough. Good night. Roman Sorkin in transition.
By Ursak. And a little bit of a highlight reel, and it is. Not sure how he caught it, but he did. First 2 points for him.
Fofana, back to Rocek, to Shimada, glides through, no one there, oh, batted away. What a defensive stand. Markovic meets him at the penthouse and swats it away.
And a turnover, Harding, he has numbers. Who's he gonna get it to? Oh, goodness me! Flushes it home with one hand. Mateusz Panitka, the Kapitan for Poland.
4th turnover of the game for Serbia. Drives inside with the two-handed thunder for Fana. That's a big play. Might be Kununchuk to drill for the lob, and he's going to tie us up. Hand it back to Fofana, floating halfway, gets it to go. Salim Fofana with the half-court buzzer beater. I am in a stunned moment here.
Oh, it's been thrown away by Hrover. Kuhlman for three. No way! You are kidding me! You are kidding me right now! Unbelievable here in Copa. Has that really just happened? Estonia lead by 1.
Throws it up. Olashenis builds it. Sorgioves for the win. Oh my goodness! Lithuania make it on the buzzer. How? Simply just how? The basketball gods favor their most loved child, Lithuania.
Stefano Tunu with 11 points to lead Italy in scoring tonight in the first half. 4-5 inside the arc. Also hit this three-pointer. Italy's first points of the game. They trailed 7-0 when he stepped and said, "Bank!" And then it went in. And he showed some nice moves, getting it down low, then spinning, turning, scoring. Tony also with the bucket on the drive. And he caught this pass from Nico Mannion and banked it in. For Lithuania. Leading score at halftime, Gytis Radsavicius with 9 points. He's got a couple of three-pointers. And the Lietuvos Rita Star also 1 of 4 inside the arc. Italy under a little bit of pressure tonight, having lost at home to Iceland. Makes it even more imperative that they get a win tonight and do not start the Luka Banki era with an 0-2 beginning. But, you know, getting a win in Lithuania it's a tall order. Luka Banki is, you know, trying to get the max out of some important new faces in the team effectively, like Swigo. Meanwhile, Lithuania they could get a win tonight. They'd be 2-0 and feeling really good about themselves after their win against Great Britain. Interesting, the Great Britain's winning at Iceland 43-35. So if we were able to come back and win and Great Britain were to win, we would have road teams winning all of the games so far played in this group. Doesn't say much for home court advantage. There's a man who's played a lot of basketball games and coached a lot of basketball games, and there's a guy that his profile, feels like his profile really shot up with Latvia. You know, what they were able to do at the World Cup. But even before that, when their European Qualifiers campaign for the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2023 in Manila, you know, having just tremendous success, and then going to the World Cup and making it, finishing 5th, you know, coming with 1 3-pointer of upsetting eventual champions Germany in the quarterfinals. But that also kind of raised expectations, and they beat Lithuania in the 5th place game. Then the next year they hosted the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament, but did not survive that. Brazil instead won it and went to the Olympics in Paris, and Latvia had to stay home. And then this year they were the primary host for the FIBA Eurobasket, and again weren't able to scale the heights.
Ir dabar šitas, kai paduoda kamuolį, einam į viršų tiesiai ir bėgam, mums reikia greičio. Ir kritai eini ant savo dešinės kolinti, ne? Dabar pakeikit, mes nedavedam prie stalo, mes ant to kontrolo paduodam, bet aš noriu, kad girtų, kad nori, kad turėtų. O šitas bėga į kampą, tai mes turėsim arba šitą. Metei gerus, kur? Marikai, metei gerus.
Scan in the QR code to get the World Cup Qualifiers app. Gives you schedules, results, stats, videos, video highlights. So will Lithuania go to 2-0, or might Italy come back and beat them here in the second half? It's 39-34. Captain Gytis Vaitsevičius of Lithuania want to make sure they get to Qatar, and the sooner they clinch their place, the better. Second half action underway here in Klaipėda between Lithuania and Italy. Vaitsevičius, Blaževic, Masiulis, Žemaitis and Palukenis on the court for Lithuania, and Italy coming out and getting the steal. Petruccelli's been really solid. He's out there with Swigo, the center, Ferrari, Tonut, and Mannion. Mannion has the ball right now, guarded by Palukenis. Tonut. Nice change of direction from Tonut. That makes it a three-point game. Nice play. Mannion almost getting the steal. Žemaitis almost slid out of bounds. Blažević gets up the shot from the baseline. Italy went from almost getting a steal to giving up a bucket. Petruccelli. Ooh, that's behind the back to get out of danger. Puts it up, misses. But the ball, Blažević messes up. Tonut gets it, and then he puts up an air ball. You hear the crowd trying to get behind this team, getting Lithuania fired up, giving that little bit of extra edge, a little energy. Blažević to Žemaitis. And Ferrari with the foul. And Lithuania has to be careful. He's already got one technical tonight. Lithuania wanting a clarification on what the foul was. Nice play by Swigo, stepping in front of Blažević. Oh, nice turn from Petruccelli. And then Žemaitis gets the foul. Mannion, big shot, Nico Mannion. Now just a two-point game. Entry pass. Blažević doesn't pick it up cleanly initially, has to pass it back out, otherwise it was a wide open layup. And another turnover. Palukenis, his pass picked up by Petruccelli. Mannion stops, but it doesn't pop. And another turnover. Tonut takes it down and misses the layup. But a foul called. What's gotten into Lithuania all of a sudden? They've had 4 turnovers in the second half. So Lithuania needed to hit the reset button or their lead's going to disappear.
Senas fleksas, kur varė fleksą. Ketvirtas priima Masiulis. Pabėga, pastaro, prakertė. Prabėgam į viršų. Pindaunas. Vienas gatavas užsiaštrinam. Ketvirtas. Masiulį į kampą. Į kampą varai. Ir tada darom. Važiuojam. 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 Viską.
Well, Tonut makes scores on this drive. Nice job reversing his direction. Then Nico Mannion knocks down a three-pointer. Italy were in trouble, but they've gone on a nice little run here, and it's their defense. Although some of the passes by Lithuania have been head-scratching. Ferrari gets in, takes the bump, and puts it up and in. And the more he plays, the better he looks. 41 all. Italy have come all the way back. We trailed by 10, but now we're tied. Petruccelli has been lively. Another pass, ill-advised. And traveling is the call on Tonu. Once you're on the ground, you can't stand up and try to make a pass. Velička thought about launching it. Blažević hands it off. Ball knocked away again. And it's going to be Italy basketball. So the Italian defense rising to the occasion. It was Nico Mannion that time that did the dirty, did the business. And it was Tonu then who collided with Francesco Ferrari. Can Italy take the lead? They had led in this game by 2 points. It was a long time ago. Mannion steps back for three. Good box out by Rupstavicius. Rupstavicius for three. Yes! Well, that'll help the fans breathe a little bit easier. Dangerous pass, but he gets it to Ferrari. Does Tonu. And Tonu, Ferrari makes a tough pass, and then Mannion can't stay in bounds, but Mannion asking if he was pushed. Yeah. It does beg the question how that wasn't a foul if he had his hands on him when he's in the corner, unless his momentum was carrying him out, but didn't look like kind of a strange play, really. Sargunas back in the game. He's got the ball. Ooh, might have gotten away with a charge, but he didn't go full steam ahead, so refs giving him leeway. Game getting physical a little bit. Mannion passes. Petruccelli, feed set. This guy's locked in tonight. He really is. 9 points. Velička with the three-pointer. To a 5-point advantage. I think it will regret giving them any space there. That's where they've been so good defensively. Getting out on the Lithuanian shooters. 2-3 zone. Mannion. Nice pass to Ferrari. Ooh. Ferrari kept it alive. It's going to be at this end. Good job. Reaches in. It goes off of Arnis Velička. Procida now going to come back into the game. Youngster Ferrari goes out. Oh, Sligo shows some handles. It's a dangerous proposition. Shot clock winding down. Procida for three. Oh my, big time right off the bench. Instant offense. Oh, great defense by Petruccelli, but a push. You call the push on Petruccelli. They had hands on him as he was driving in. Arnes Velitska, who was really the last guy to make the team for the Eurobasket, and then went out and effectively kind of saved Lithuania a couple of spots, kind of cemented his place on this roster. Does make one of two. It's a three-point lead. Here comes Mannion. It's to Procida for three. Not this time. Sargunas up the floor. Velitska, he's open. He doesn't have it. Tonu had his hands on it but didn't corral it. Velitska open. Steps back from a long way out. Brett Savage just hustles again to get it back. He's going to put it up. Another offensive rebound. Bonke must be going crazy. This will be like the fifth shot for Lithuania. Stavicius now in the corner. Stavicius gets in, and boy, that was a big-time possession. Big-time possession for Lithuania. Ooh, I think Stavicius might have gotten away with one. Looked like he kind of wrapped his arm around him when he drove.
Andiamo in zipper direttamente. Zipper. Chi è marcato dal numero 7 di voi due è quello che fa il primo blocco, ok? Chi è marcato dal centro è quello che fa il secondo blocco. Roll per te, se sei te, e seal per battere i cambi. Slip per te, ok? E te ti muovi nel tanker. Sfrutta i vantaggi se invertono le marcature. Seal, posta. Due falli, 1, 2, 3. Italia. Ehi, due falli da te. And then full speed.
Well, Italy came all the way back to tie it. Now they're right back to where they were at halftime. Down 5 points. And that last possession for Lithuania would have rankled, would have stung for anybody pulling for Italy, because they had about 5 bites at the cherry before they scored. Italy just couldn't get the ball. Tessitore in the game. Puts it up. Looked like he was going to pass, and in the end, he just scored with the layup. Then he gives the battle cries, his first 2 points of the game. He's got to get it up. Stavicius, good job. Great defense by Mannion. He got a hand on it as he went up. Now Mannion, might he knife his way? No, Procida. Procida well short. Gudaitis in and misses. Will go to the line. Clear foul, Tonut. Gudaitis takes his time, sinks the first. Sula's coming back. Lithuania winning their first game to Great Britain. Italy falling at home to Iceland. And Gudaitis does get both. Dennis back in the game. Sulis as well. Stavicius and Stavicius go out. Casarin also back in the game for Italy. So we got 2 points. But Casarin now doing the ball handling. Nice bounce pass. Oh my. Tonus missed a couple of layups. Gudaitis fouled in the lane. Just a bump. Gets it again to Gudaitis, and he gets blocked by Tessatori. And Casarin quickly to the basketball. Casarin goes behind his back to get away. Tessatori flirted with the idea of shooting it. Final minute, the third quarter. Third quarter's going fast. Mannion, Tonut for three. Yes! And how does he make that, you ask? But missed the layup. One of life's greatest questions. And now the ball goes out of bounds and back over to Italy. Look at this. Look at Tonut right at the end of the shot clock. That's a good player that can just lock in after missing a shot like that. Just move on to the next play. Seems kind of like Kurt Nidus has mellowed a little bit. I like that. Quite pensive, reflective. There's another foul called. Third team foul on Lithuania. Here goes Mannion, pulls up, and Tessatori. Oh! Tessatori asking what is a foul? And they do blow the whistle. And it's kind of wrapped up by Palukanis. Then the Solis came in from behind him. crowd's still waiting for something thrilling to happen with Sargunas, but they got to realize it doesn't happen until the last minute. Got to stay here in the end, to the end. Casarin. And Tessitore, another big bucket, and Italy are level once again. Dogged in their pursuit of their first victory in these qualifiers. Sargunas. Oh, a wedgie from Sargunas. So the jump ball possession arrow. Here you go. Usually comes from the jump shots. The wedgie. I think they're talking about the wedgie over there. Laughing about it. Captain Rezavicius will be coming back into the game, no doubt, early in the fourth quarter. Just 1.1 second left. Procida for three. But he was off. The prayer was not answered. End of three. Look at that. 54-54. Lithuania and Italy. Now both teams with 7 threes. Italy with one more make inside the arc, and Lithuania having some success at the line tonight, shooting 82%, 9 of 11, 7 of 8 for Italy. It is tight in Klaipėda. Well, lots of love being shown and interest in Ignas Sargunas tonight, following his heroics at Great Britain, the 3 3-pointers in the final 9 seconds to stun the Brits. But tonight, it's been other players. Blažević hitting that shot. He's got 10 points. Stavicius also has 10 points. Nico Mannion's return has been greatly appreciated tonight. He's got 11 points. Sweet shot from the Under-20 European Championship. Eurobasket MVP Francesco Ferrari. And here's Sargunas making a really tough shot in traffic. Tonu. This was after he had missed a layup, a wide open layup. And then Tessitore back in the game and letting out the battle cry. Watch this. Well, we cut it too short. You have to trust me. Scan the QR code to get the Courtside 1891 app, where you can watch live streams, extended highlights, and stay up to date with the world of international basketball. Fourth quarter is underway. Stefano Tonu with a push on Ignas Sargunas. So the first foul against Italy. Blažević trying to post up down low. Now trying to find space. Shot clock down to 3. Žemaitis has it knocked away by Della Valle. There's a 2-on-1 break. Can Della Valle? No, he, I think, does the wise thing and holds up. Pelicanis hustled back. Procida gets to the baseline. Takes a very difficult shot, and a foul called on Sargunas. Well, good attempt. This was at this end. Look at that. Great play by Della Valle. who was one of the premier shooters in the very initial European qualifiers campaign. Tonight, it's been more about stepping up, just making the odd play. Wow, they called a technical foul on Kurtnaitis, which means Italy have taken the lead with a technical foul. And it also means both coaches now have given up a technical foul. Remember the first half, Bonke got one and Brad Savage just made a technical free throw. Now Procida goes to the line and sinks the first free throw after the foul by Sargunas. And he makes the second as well. It's a 3-point lead. But Savage just comes back into the game for Palikanis. Kurtnaitis is like, wow, these games are just not easy. He escaped by the skin of our teeth in Britain, and now here we are, approaching in the open floor, bounce pass, Tony behind the back. Are you kidding me? A little bit of showtime at the most important time of the game. What a play by the Azzurri. 3-point shot, Žemaitis with the answer. Showing the clutch gene for Lithuania. And Blažević with the push on Procida. Look at this bounce pass. Watch this play. Procida head up. He comes back and just hammers it home with anger. Look at that. Who is he shouting at? Tomahawk from number 19. Nice razzle-dazzle by the Italians. Procida for three, knocks it down. Are the real Italians starting to stand up finally in these European qualifiers? Whistle blows. Del Valle with the foul. And suddenly now the pressure is on Lithuania, albeit with a lot of time. Procida, feet set. Procida has tonight 13 points. Žemaitis goes out. Felicka back in. Žemaitis goes out, just hit a big three. Entry pass, great defense by Tessitore, couldn't quite steal it. Here's Sargunas, got it! Right on cue! Cometh the hour. Now Tonut. Levels going up for both teams. Offensively making shots. Tonut. He is long with this one. Great job though. Italy knocking it out. Casarin. Procida steps back. Another three attempt. He's got it too. And suddenly he has got the hottest hand on the court. 16 points for Procida. Brad Savage puts up a three. He makes it. Unreal. I went to Klaipėda and a three-point shooting contest broke out in the fourth quarter. Wow. Procida again. He's been making them. Why not? No, it's the third in a row. Scintillating. 19 points for the Real Madrid star. Felicka answers. And Luka Bonke gives Casarin a tongue lashing for not getting out on the shooter. He's coming out of the game. Every time Procida has knocked down a three, Lithuania has had an answer. And they're going to reset the shot clock. This end. Ball went off Radzavicius. Look at Procida here. He's like, but I'm just taking two. Okay, I'll take another one. Bam! But then Velitska says, we're in Lithuania, pal. What have we had? 6 threes in the last 2 minutes. Procida again. And finally, a heat check for number 19. So Petruccelli back in the game because Bonke wants some perimeter pressure. Entry pass, it goes. Radzavicius ties it for Lithuania. Oh, dangerous moments. Lithuania lurking. Mannion, nice handoff, and Tessitore gets the body. Blažević whistled for the foul. Tessitore goes to the line. No such thing as an easy game in the European qualifiers, it seems, for these two teams. Of course, we never thought it was going to be easy, did we? Veterans come back into the team. Tessitore. Now he finds himself in an important position at the free throw line. 5:41 remaining in the game. Great Britain, meanwhile, winning 69-51 in Iceland. So putting their disappointment behind them, just moving on to the next one. Tessitore concentrates, and Luigi Bertolmi claps his approval. Radzavicius takes it in. Bounce pass back outside to Sargunas. 5 on the shot clock. Sargunas. It's Sargunas' time. Not this time, but excellent work. And then Petruccelli gets it back, hands it off to Procida. It is fouled. It goes in. What a play. Radzavicius challenged him at the rim, and Procida was able to have enough strength to get it to go in. Petruccelli, what a play by him. And then Mannion, the Italians passing it. Look at this. Great substitution, bringing Petruccelli back into the game, and Procida basically has taken over Klaipėda in the 4th quarter. He's got 21 points. Look at this again. Watch this behind the back, and then Procida throws it down. He's been knocking down threes. He's been flying through the air, slamming it home. He's been yelling out in anger. This is for Italy. Here he is, showing that sweet stroke. Goodness gracious, you know the people are watching from across the pond. Is he the next Italian, possibly, to go overseas? Stepping back, bam! Exquisite, and now watch this one. The strength to take the hit and finish. And Radzavicius was determined to make him earn it at the line, or to possibly get the block. But he has had Procida his best game as an Italy international. And it could not have come at a more important time with the Azzurri 0-1 when they arrived in Klaipėda. 73-68, still plenty of time but now we're in winning time. And Petruccelli with the bump of Velička. It's crucial also. Lithuania now over the limit. Here goes Velička. The lob, and Gudaitis does the right thing by coming down, and Tessitore holds his ground. No whistle. Mannion. What the Italians want. Petruccelli. Shot clock down to 8. Petruccelli. Oh, ankle breaker. Tessitore has to put it up. He's got it. And Missouri, flaming hot. 9 points for Tessitore. Everybody's hitting threes. Velička. Rupstavicius flying in for the rebound, and a foul has been called. Italian pride on full display tonight. A lot of people bristling after they lost against Iceland in their first game. How do you lose at home to Iceland? Well, obviously Iceland are a great team, but you can't make excuses. The results speak for themselves, and the efforts tonight speak for themselves as well, especially for Italy. They faced the adversity. They were down by 10 points, and now they lead it by 8. Led by Gabriele Procida. Three-pointer for Velička. Short. Procida tries to box out. It's going to go off of Tessitore and out of bounds. It's going to stay here with Lithuania. Clock is not the enemy yet, but it makes it uncomfortable for Lithuania. They know they don't have a lot of time now. Oh, the lob! And they finally do get something, and it's Blažević. Good spot by Velička. Now Mannion. Italy, obviously, can't worry too much about the clock right now. They got to keep playing. And now a chance for Lithuania. Sargunas. And the foul by Tonut. Look at that. He landed right in the lap, I think, of the wife of Antonis Sareka. Here's Sargunas. Plays that fast Lithuanian basketball style. Mrs. Sareka says, "You're a bit sweaty. Just go back on the court." Apologies, Amandino. Timeout, Italians. Well, the reality is, as exciting as it's been for Italy and as terrific as a game this has been, it's a 40-minute game. And Italy, desperate for that win, are not going to be able to rest until that final buzzer sounds. And we know that is the truth, especially because they're playing Lithuania. Because this is the country that will take you literally to the last second, as we saw the other night when they won at Great Britain. So there is they cannot switch off. They've got to keep executing. They've got to keep making shots. They've got to keep playing defense and getting rebounds. So each team has one timeout. Neither team has any challenges, and both teams are over the limit. So any fouls puts players on the line. So Sargunas can't stay out of the spotlight. Has to step up and take some very important free throws with 3:25 remaining. And misses the first one. Delavalle's going to come back into the game. Sargunas does make one, so it's a 5-point difference. 5-point lead for Italy. Sargunas on Mannion. Remember, they just had a timeout. They've talked about how they want to attack. Mannion gets it. Ooh. Tessitore for three. And Procida knocked it away, but Velicka's got it in the open floor. And now Lithuania have it. 2:57 to go. Blažević. Only 5-point lead for Italy. And Sargunas, is he going to jack it up? Yes, he is. And he makes it. How do you explain the brilliance of one man, not just in one game, but throughout an entire window? Tonu over to Procida. Procida from the corner. And now he misses it, and Lithuania can tie it. They are down by 8. Velicka, and his pass intercepted by Procida. And Procida goes in and scores with the left hand. What a turnaround. Lithuania were right there, but then the turnover. And it was Procida, who now has 24 points. Blažević takes it deep, goes up, misses. Tessitore with the rebound. 1:40 remaining. They might just do it, Italy. But they have got to bear down because Lithuania breathing down their necks. Here goes Mannion. He skies. He's denied. And the foul is called on Radsavicius. Mannion in attack mode. Oh, looked like a very good block. Look at this. Oh, no, but he did get him on the arm. He got him on the left arm. He got a lot of ball. There's no doubt, but his arm also hit the arm of the driver. And Mannion has been worth his weight in gold tonight for this team. Crucial performance by him, but really everybody. Something tells you there is another twist in the tail here. It's 1:27 remaining. Still time for Lithuania. And both free throws good. Remember the timeout situation. Each team with one. Here's Sargunas. Sargunas does not go for the three. Drives in and takes the layup with 1:17 remaining. Sargunas' numbers. Remember, he didn't start. He didn't come into the game until the second quarter. He's got 18 points. The guy is playing out of his skin. Tessitore misses. Did not look comfortable taking that shot. Under a minute to go. Blažević turns, great footwork, and he scores! And it's a 2-point game. Nico Mannion. The Italians, can they hold this Lithuania team at bay? Mannion puts it up, misses. And Sargunas has it. Mighty look for the three. Can Italy get a stop? Sargunas, will they look for a 2 or a 3? Velicka has it. Shot clock down to 7. Velicka, it's white knuckle time. Velicka for 3. Good! The go-ahead 3 from Arnas Velicka. You cannot make it up for Lithuania. They are the late game specialists. They do not know the meaning of the word lose. Look at this. Step back. It doesn't matter who's wearing the green shirt. Incredible. What a play, what a shot. Cool, calm, and collected. And the Lithuanian fans on their feet. This is the European qualifiers for the FIBA Basketball World Cup. Unreal window. Well, 2 more threes now for Lithuania. Pressure's on. Do you try to get to the rim, try to pick up a foul, go to the line? Do you trust your shooters? You got plenty of guys out there that can make jump shots. But now those jump shots become just that little bit harder to make because you're on the back foot. Because Lithuania, you've just been Sargunist. He makes this three. He does this to you. He drives and scores with the left hand. Then you've got Blažević, who might have been fouled on that play as well. And then you got this, between the legs. You go back in a big-time national team game, and you knock down the go-ahead three-pointer with 13 seconds left. He did this type of thing at the Eurobasket, and now Velička is doing it here. And between Sargunits and Velička, wow, Lithuania have got some players. They advance the ball, they give it to Tessitore. Now Nico Mannion, he's just gonna go right down the lane and the go-ahead layup. They completely left Lithuania flummoxed. What was the defense doing? I think because he went early. He just split the defense. His quickness allows him to get into the lane quickly, get to the basket. And you just put the pressure back on Lithuania. But remember now, Lithuania, using their last timeout, they can advance the ball as well. And it looks like it's going to come down to a last-second shot for the Lithuanians. Boy, so much basketball can happen, especially when Lithuania's on the court. It seems like every 2 or 3 seconds, something incredible is happening. A classic European showdown. And folks, this is basketball. I mean, this is what it's all about. This is why you love it. It's the national team. Everybody's out here. Everybody's watching. Everybody's living and dying on every shot. Italy know they need to win this game if they're going to really enhance their chances of getting to the World Cup. They are desperate for a win after losing at home to Iceland, who, by the way, are fighting back against Great Britain. But now, can Italy get a stop? If Lithuania win, they go to 2-0. And they've still got Sargunits on the court, and they've still got Velička on the court. And we know those two guys are dangerous. The give and go off the inbounds pass. Velička has it. He spins, he turns. He's going to try. He's put up a fadeaway. And Italy, hold on. It is like they've won the title. Unbelievable. What a final sequence. Extraordinary effort by both teams. And in the end, it comes down to one final play. And it's defense that wins. And really the big question will be, how did Nico Mannion on Italy's last possession get to the basket so easily? Extraordinary contest. And the Luca Bonchi era finally gets a win that it was denied at home. Look at this. So Velička, and yeah, there's no foul there. But right there, no, you're not going to get a foul there. And that is called sticking with it. Never doubting yourselves. But both of these teams were just unbelievable tonight. Unbelievable. Lithuania led by 10. They led by 10 points. And then they had to they trailed right at the end after coming back. Just an unbelievable game. And that man right there, you got to be happy for him. It would have been tough road back to Italy with a second straight defeat. And Tonu and everybody else, the Italians, and that is one of the bravest, that is one of the gutsiest Italy performances that we've seen for some time. That was extraordinary stuff. Wow, Procida, unreal. 17 to 29, Italy inside the arc. Look at that, 15 of 16 at the line. I mean, there's just not much to separate these two teams in a game like that. Lithuania did out-rebound them, but just very even. And getting out of this group and advancing is going to be extraordinarily difficult. Sargunas with 18 points. Procida had 24. Sargunas still the most popular man in Klaipėda tonight after what he did at Great Britain. And really, I think he only enhanced his credentials with tonight's performance. Fourth quarter best plays. This is certainly a special one. Behind the back, hammer, shout. My name is Gabriele Procida, and I am coming to an arena near you. Wherever it is, this guy plays above the rim. And then you've got this stuff from Gabriele. He changed the game. When he re-entered the game, Italy became a new team. And this is why he is going to have a long, successful career. But how about Rostadicius? He had some good stuff tonight. I think, you know, people wondering about the turnovers for Lithuania tonight. And this shot here was even more impressive by Procida, considering how he had to fight through the foul to score. Still, to their credit, Lithuania just never gave up the ghost. Sargunas just continues to make plays. His stock just continues to rise. And then Velichka does this stuff, and Lithuania are in front. Tessitore, and then Velichka right at the end tries to rescue the team. He gets the shot up, but it's just short, and then time expires, and Italy escape by the skin of their teeth. And great job by Kurtnaitis and Lithuania, but again, the Italians made just one more play tonight on the road and show you why international basketball is just an incredible spectacle. So those two teams 1-1, and right now with Great Britain winning by 8 points, we could have 4 teams with 1-1 records. It remains to be seen if they'll hold on though, because Iceland have charged all the way back into contention in that game. So what a game tonight, folks. 82-81, Italy win it over Lithuania here in Klaipėda. Yeah.